Well, The Evil Dead is an anthology series now. Evil Dead Burn is the new standalone Evil Dead? Maybe? Connor, what is the plot of Evil Dead Burn?
Evil Dead Burn stars a cast of 4 kids, basically. 2 brothers. Well, they're not kids, they're like 25 or something. 2 brothers and their wives, and they come from a semi-affluent family where the grandpa was a crazy demon hunter and everyone thought he was a crazy person. Following the death of one of the brothers, there's a funeral, and then the night goes on and the family has to survive. But it's mostly just the wife of the guy who died because everyone else is fucking crazy and weird. I guess there's the other wife. She's pretty normal, but she's fucking killed in like the first 10 minutes. Spoiler alert. Alright, so Aiden, what did you think of Evil Dead Burn?
I loved Evil Dead Burn. Movie getting kind of mixed reception, which surprises me. I think maybe this one might be a little ahead of its time. I think people are going to come around on it once they've gotten over the initial shock of what it is. It's certainly the least Evil Dead-y Evil Dead, probably. I guess they're all pretty different. I don't know if you could say that, but this one certainly isn't having a fun time. Well, not always having a fun time of it like the others. This is a very mean and grim and uncomfortable movie that only occasionally interjects a little bit of humor, mostly through the dementia grandma. And it does have some very funny moments.
Grandma.
It does have some funny moments mixed in there, but it is a gory mess. It is deeply uncomfortable, especially towards the start. Really, it doesn't stop being uncomfortable for most of it. I really liked it. It has an interesting story about abuse and family mixed in with just being terribly, awfully uncomfortable and gory and odd and terrible, and just it's something, man. It takes a lot to make me uncomfortable, and it was making me uncomfortable at times, and I mean that in a nice way. Not sure how I feel about the weird the weird secret society of demon hunters thing, which if I may spoil it a little bit, the post-credits scene sets up a Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead Burn crossover, Evil Dead Avengers.
They're gonna have Bruce Campbell in there.
I hope so, man.
He's gonna be the Obi-Wan Kenobi. He'll be a wise old sage.
Yeah,
like,
fuck
hey,
it, why
man.
not? Please, do it. Yeah, I don't know what to make of all that, but I guess we'll see. The Evil Dead anthology thing has been a fun experiment from Sam Raimi, just plucking out up-and-coming filmmakers and saying you can do whatever you want with the Evil Dead, fuck it. And we've gotten, I mean, really, 3 very interesting movies out of it. Evil Dead 2013 is probably the least interesting, but certainly Rise and Burn are both very interesting and very different movies. Burn I think I like a little better than Rise, despite Rise being more fun. Quite an interesting one, very uncomfortable and strange, and I'm ready for whatever Evil Dead Wrath brings in a couple of years. Looking forward to whatever that may be. Connor, what did you think of Evil Dead Burn?
I think Evil Dead is my favorite horror movie series. I love pretty much all 6 of the movies. My least favorite is Army of Darkness.
Yeah. That's
Sorry.
fair.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry. But yeah, after Evil Dead Rise was a pretty amazing movie. I didn't have I wanted to keep my expectations in check since it is an anthology, different directors, different writers each time. I really enjoyed this, even though it was a totally different direction.
Yeah.
It was like the gore porn movies that like Eli Roth was doing in 2007 and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but like on steroids. Hostel.
Got a lot of Hostel.
It
energy.
was like instead of like Hostel has that moment where the lady gets her like calf cut up so she can't run away when she's held hostage in the hostel. And that's like the fucking whole movie here. It's like an hour and 45 minutes of those.
Yeah.
Lots of like Sam Raimi inspired shots. There's a little bit of goofiness, but they definitely wanted to lean more into the horror angle. I didn't know what to expect though, because it was kind of getting mixed reviews, and I can see why. It's very violent and hard to watch. There was a lot of moments I was kind of cringing. I don't get scared by horror movies. I don't really get grossed out by them either, but this movie found a lot of ways to do its fucking damnedest to gross me out a little bit.
There's some rough stuff in there.
Pens to the ear, someone shooting themselves in the head like 15 times graphically.
I thought that was funny.
People burning to death. Lots of burning themes.
Yeah.
There's actually like a lot of thematic things with the Evil Dead burn. A lot of stuff burns, but you know, you gotta burn down the past. The main thing is like Alice is estranged from her husband. Well, they're not estranged, but they're in kind of an abusive relationship, and it's a dying relationship when he dies. And he has this kind of psycho family. Her husband was an abuser. Her dad was also kind of an abusive asshole. The mom was a total enabler of the behavior. The other son was kind of just an out for himself pussy who didn't have any ambitions in life and was coddled by his parents who let him do whatever.
Yeah.
Evidenced by the fact that he just kind of lets his wife get murdered for no reason, even though he had a chance to stop it.
Yeah.
These characters are pretty deplorable. Our main character, Alice, at one point tries kissing the brother, I think his name was Joe, to make her husband jealous. But other than that, you know, she's just kind of pushed into a bad position, and you can kind of see how she's acting out and lashing out to get back at her husband.
Yeah.
And it's this big allegory for abuse, which I thought was something.
Even before the demons come in, her family's like horribly abusive to her.
The senior video producer at IGN, Tom Jorgensen, with the irate gamer profile, gave this a 5 out of 10, and I read it, and he's like, this is terrible. All the characters are like really plain archetypes. And he rated it 5 out of 10, which is also what he rated Mandalorian and Grogu, which is how I know he's a fucking idiot. But, you know, everyone's allowed to have their own opinions, but he did a really good job writing this poetic review on IGN about not understanding the movie, and it's very obvious subtext it spells out to you. That's my criticism of IGN.
I don't even know if it's subtext.
It's not
pretty
even
much just
It's just the text, yeah. It's subtext for most of the movie, but I don't know if he like got bored after 10 minutes and walked out, because it becomes the text in the last 5 minutes when she says, just in case you didn't realize I was being abused and her family's full of abusers and enablers and blah, blah, blah. Generational abuse type of situation.
I think the only
audience,
questionable...
just a Tom Engelberger, IGN, irate gamer knockoff.
Perhaps the only questionable part of the movie is when she has to fight the CGI Monster Man and it looks kind of bad, but... Also, I know those poor Filipino sweatshop workers have to touch up 175 million frames of Avengers Doomsday because Grok can't make fingers.
Yeah, she has to fight her dead CGI husband, but these zombies are invincible. It looks a little questionable, but I mean, to be fair, it does kind of what was that? There was a couple things. At one point, the grandma in bed, when she was trying to seduce the mom into turning on the other survivors, the grandma looks exactly like Monster Mash Palpatine, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
And then at another point, that CGI fucking skeleton, I know I've seen a very similar CGI model. I'm trying to remember what. I think like it kind of gave like fucking 2001's Hollow Man vibes, and like I like Hollow Man.
A little bit.
Hollow Man's an epic movie. I don't know if it's a great movie, but it's certainly an epic movie.
It's
I'm the raping fucking. What if the Invisible Man was a raper? I don't know. It's not a good movie. Never mind. Disregard my questioning. It isn't a good movie, but
it's an interesting movie.
I like Hollow Man. I have Hollow Man 2. I also have I've seen American Psycho 2. That's a bad sequel.
Oh, American
Speaking
Psycho 2 is
of fucking, I guess it's more of a thriller, but you know, horror suspense movies that didn't need a sequel. American Psycho, there you go.
American Psycho 2 is
American
very
Psycho's
clearly
getting
one of
like
those,
a remake next year.
one
or
of those
something.
fucking movies where someone was like, "We have this spec script that's about like someone who kills someone."
They're like, okay, we're gonna make the direct-to-DVD sequel to American Psycho. It's just like Donnie Darko 2. They did the same shit at that time. Did they both star Mila Kunis?
No.
American Psycho 2
Also,
starred Mila Kunis, and she had a hook.
Yeah, and also
I'm the daughter
the
of Patrick Bateman or
the
whatever.
entire Cloverfield series after the first one is just spec scripts they slapped Cloverfield on to mix results, and by mixed results I mean one really good movie and one fucking terrible movie.
Yeah, all of these, this and Rise both could have definitely just not been Evil Dead, probably, but at the same time,
They got little touches of that
worth
Raimi in them, and Raimi produced them.
yeah, no, yeah, Sam, and I actually appreciate that Sam Raimi's not just like, maybe he is just letting any shitter make a fucking Evil Dead movie and we'll start getting bad ones, but I really like these first two. I remember the 2013
really,
one.
2013 was basically the same thing.
It is basically the same idea, but he's since perfected this is a thing now, not just a one-off.
Yeah, and I think with the 2013
was pretty
the
decent.
studios were like, it was like remake fever, and the studios were like, we want another Evil Dead that's exactly like the ones people like. And now Sam Raimi's just allowed to produce them and say do whatever the fuck you want as long as...
Bruce Campbell's producing it too, I saw, so good for him. Good on him. I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. It's not for everyone. It's very graphic.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I can't get away with showing Emmy a Friday the 13th movie. I'm like, she'd fucking hate this movie. For sure. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, this is pushing up on Saw
This
levels.
is the scariest movie since Paranormal Activity. I just remember back in 2007, Paranormal Activity ran trailers were like, this is the fucking scariest movie ever.
Paranormal Activity is the most profitable movie ever made.
Not
the highest grossing.
I'm pretty sure Obsession is getting there. Get ready
Obsession
for
will
20
probably
Obsession
get there,
movies. Obsession's at like 307. I think it's at like. It's a lot of fucking.
The hard part about
less than $1 million.
The hard part about beating Paranormal Activity and profitability is that it made like $700 million on a budget of like 20,000.
Yeah. I mean, let's see.
That has nothing to do with the quality of Paranormal
Most
Activity.
profitable
It's terrible,
movies
but...
of all time. No, I don't want gross. I want most profitable. What's the one with the highest highest?
The most profitable movies,
including Obsession. Let's see what Screen Rant has to say. Clerks was 10. Some fucking Indian shit. That makes sense. Blair Witch Project. That makes sense. It's all. I feel like every generation has their horror movie. Murder in the 405, a 1980 Chinese thriller, made $67 million. Shaolin Temple, some random Shaw Brothers movie. The Gallows, 2015 found footage. Paranormal Activity earned almost $200 million on 15,000, but I think it was just outclassed by the fact that Obsession. 750,000, 403 million. One Cut of the Dead. 25,000, but made 31.2 million worldwide. Pretty good investment return, I guess.
If
The
you ever
last
wondered why-
broadcast was $900 and made $4 million. Yeah, that'll do her.
If you ever wonder why Blumhouse puts out 1,000 terrible horror movies a year that all cost like $100,000 to make, that's the reason. Anyway,
Yeah. Easy money. Easy money.
thank you.
Yeah. So,
Don't follow Obi.
I thought it was good. I'm excited to see what happens next. I think the amazing thing about Evil Dead is I've liked all 6 movies at the very least. There aren't a lot of franchises
And the
where
TV
6
show.
movies, and the TV show is also pretty epic. I haven't watched all of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I watched like the first season and a half, and then you and Paul started watching it without me one time, so then I fell off.
I haven't seen the 3rd season.
We were watching it in Superior, and I had to
Okay.
work one day, and you're like, I just kept binging it. Me and Paul were binging Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I went forward like a season and a half. You want to watch the finale after watching like fucking the first 9 episodes? I'm like, I guess not. So now I have to restart from scratch because of this bastard. To be fair, I just follow the TV shows. If like Netflix like wiped my history or something, which happened once or twice, I'd be like, I'm too fucking lazy to figure out where I was.
too.
Anyways, Aiden, would you recommend Evil Dead Burn?
Yeah, I really liked Evil Dead Burn. I mean, if you're gore shy, this is gonna be a rough one.
Yeah.
It's pretty much on the level of Saw as far as the gore is concerned. Sometimes even worse. Maybe not as.
I feel like the gore is a
Saw's-
little more abrupt, where Saw is like, let's slowly have somebody.
I mean, Saw's also
10 minutes of anticipation.
basically like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wildly uncomfortable. I mean, there are people who are just not going to be able to watch this because it is very, very uncomfortable. But even saying that, great movie, fantastic, big recommend from me if you can tolerate what you're gonna watch. Connor, would you recommend Evil Dead Burn?
Yes, I would.
Akuma?
It's a good movie. I don't think there was any chance this wouldn't get mixed scores, just because people are gonna have a lot of people will have a visceral reaction to horrible, gut wrenching gore constantly. And by the end, you're just kind of out of it. Like, there's like 5 or 6 more like horrible gore moments in the last like 10 minutes, but by that point, you're just desensitized to it. So if you're already a little desensitized to violence, like perhaps you're a paramedic and just like it on your off time too. If that's the case, you might just be like a fucking psychopath or something. Or if you just like aren't that affected by gore in movies, it's a very fun movie. It has a fucking hell of a lot more of a message than most horror movies bother to have. It's pretty subtle and well handled. No one's really villainized directly. Except the mom. I think the mom was set out to be the biggest bitch of them all. No one likes her.
Yeah.
And it ramps up. The whole movie crescendos a lot. So it's a slow burn, and then it rages into a big fire. That Evil Dead burn. Gets some oxygen, and then it catches on the curtains, and then your AC's running, so it gets sucked into the and that's not AC actually, HVAC. Your HVAC is running, and it's so hot that it gets sucked into the vents, and it starts your whole house on fire. Because it's one of those new build houses that are like made out of cardboard and cost like $500,000 exactly. And it sucks into the house and it burns it all down, just like Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah. We'll see you Monday for whatever the fuck we're seeing.
Are we seeing something Monday?
I think so, aren't we? Something
I
else
thought the
came
next
out
thing
today.
was like fucking Spite. No, that was Jackass and.
Oh wait, we're seeing. I think we're seeing.
Did you ever put Jackass out or no? You forgot to put out Jackass. And I just wiped the camera.
Oops. No.
Jackass went the way of the fucking dodo bird.
Oops. Oh well. So Connor, would you recommend Jackass 4, 5, Jackass 5?
You forgot Jackass. I was out camping, so I couldn't harass you about it. Now Jackass is gone. I wiped the footage because we only had like 200 minutes left on the camera.
We only had 200 minutes left. We only had 3 hours left, bro.
You forgot Jackass for months. Maybe you've already uploaded it and you forgot.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't edit it. I totally forgot about Jackass. Oops.
God damn it.
So, personally, I wouldn't recommend Jackass best and worst. Best, but whatever the
Best
fuck.
and worst.
It's a clip show. It's not very good anyway.
But Jackass Best and Last is a clip show movie.
I guess I'll just put a little Jackass in the corner in the thumbnail.
What? You can't.
We just reviewed it.
We're gonna review it right now.
We just did.
Alright, last week we watched Jackass Best and Last, and Aiden fucking never edited it or dumped it, and I deleted the footage. Aiden, what is the plot of Jackass Best and Last?
There's no plot. It's a clip show. They added a few new stunts to pad out a clip show. And the only person who does anything in the movie is Poopies, because he's the only one who's not crippled or a woman.
Or old.
Or old. Crippled
Or not
old, or
invited for being a fucking drug fiend schizo like Bam Margera.
Yeah. Connor, what'd you think of Jackass Forever? And
I liked the part. I liked the new clip where the Tesla robot shoves its finger in Steve-O's ass. And then the rest of the new parts are just them shitting on themselves.
There's a lot of
There's a lot. They're just all they can really do is poop stunts because they're fucking elderly. Then they say, "Remember these moments from the movies and the 0.5 movies," and then they show some upscaled AI enhanced clips of the TV show, and then they show a couple clips that were banned from the TV show, like the hardware store prank. And I thought Jackass Best and Last was kind of funny. Experience it on the big screen before it's out of theaters, which I'm pretty sure it is. Or if not, it's in like one fucking show a day. Because Aiden forgot to edit the goddamn video on time. Motherfucker. I knew Supergirl wasn't our last video. That didn't sit right with me. Because you're a bastard. You ruined our chances of ever reviewing Best and Last. Jackass, Johnny Knoxville, and Steve-O in them, they're all let down by you. You were a fuck up for that. So Aiden, what did you think of Jackass Best and Last?
80% of the movie is clips from the other movies and a couple show clips. And some of them are really funny, but you can see them by watching the original show and movies. All of the new segments are the old guys pooping on themselves, mostly Steve-O pooping on himself and shoving things up his ass. Poopies is the only one who gets to do some
Minor
physical
stunts,
trauma.
very minor stunts.
I mean, they did strap a shock collar to his balls and have him walk on a balance beam, which is pretty funny, but everyone else, all the other new guys, just sit around and don't fucking do anything. It
was bold for them to call this movie Best and Last when it's a clip show of a bunch of random shit.
I mean, it is.
I guess this is the last
show
moment,
of some of the best
moments. Yeah.
You know, they didn't necessarily say the
Kind of a
last
letdown.
was the best. The best was all the old clips, and then the last was also there. It's a bit of a letdown. I would say watch it in theaters, but I forgot to edit the video. It's not in theaters
Now
anymore,
they're
so,
sitting on.
now there's really no reason to watch it. You can just watch the original 4 movies and the show.
It'll be on Paramount BO Max in a couple months.
Yeah, PBM, Disney Max Plus,
HBO.
Flix, Lou, whatever. Connor, would you recommend Jackass Best and Last, a movie you can't currently watch anywhere?
Well, if you have a local like $3 matinee theater, like one of those like $3 late night shows. You can see Jackass Best and Last in a theater full of drunk people at midnight who will point and say, I remember when Steve-O almost went in the porta potty back in the day and he got launched in the air and then he was covered in poop. Steve, and then you can see a couple new moments of now elderly and sad and depressing Steve-O, also covered in poop, take laxatives and shit himself into clear pants and whatnot. Yeah, that's something you're allowed to do legally, and I would recommend it in that context. And if it gets to the point where you're about to watch on Paramount Plus, just binge the TV show or watch the movies if you don't have as much time. So that was it.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty much pointless without the theater experience.